Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're plunging into vibe coding, a term that's really setting the developer world on fire.
Yeah, definitely hearing it everywhere.
But beneath all the hype, there's this profound tension brewing, isn't there? Like, are we looking at a huge leap in productivity, or are we just, speeding into this black box where nobody's really accountable anymore?
That is precisely the central question. Yeah. And it's not just some passing buzzword. It actually has a pretty definitive origin.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Andrej Karpathy, the AI researcher, he officially coined the term back in early 2025.
Okay.
And he describes it as this fast, improvisational, conversational style. It's a human developer and an AI model working together, almost like a really dynamic programming pair.
So definitely not just autocomplete on steroids then. That feels like a massive shift.
Oh, it absolutely is. It's basically the practical realization of something Karpathy predicted way back in 2023.
What was that?
He said the hottest new programming language is English.
Right. I remember that quote.
And we've kind of reached that point now. The developer's main job is shifting. Less about writing perfect syntax and more about just describing the outcome you want, the vibe in plain English. And the AI handles the messy details of actually generating the code.
And the interaction loop itself sounds fascinating. It's like this really rapid cycle.
Exactly. You give a prompt, just plain English.
Yeah.
The AI spits out some code. You run it immediately, see what happens.
Okay.
And then you give feedback, again, in English. Like, no, make that button blue. Or it crashes if I put in a negative number.
It sounds less like carefully writing a novel and, more like having this super fast but very literal-minded intern you have to constantly correct.
That's a great analogy. And just to untangle the terminology straight away, because it can get a bit messy.
Good idea.
We should probably distinguish three main, let's call them flavors.
Okay.
First is vibe coding itself. That's the individual developer working directly with an AI. Simple enough.
Got it. Individual practice.
Then you've got vibe-driven development, or VDD. That's broader, more organizational.
Oh, okay.
It's one consultancies are starting to sell to companies. It focuses on team intuition, agility.
That sounds like the corporate buzzword version.
Pretty much, yeah. And then way out on the far end of the spectrum, you've got this really out there idea, futuristic vibe coding.
Futuristic? How so?
Well, it's speculative, right?
Yeah.
But the idea involves developers using maybe thought patterns or even emotional cues to generate software powered by some mix of AI, quantum computing, neuroscience. It's out there.
Okay. Yeah, my brain definitely doesn't have a USB-C port yet. Maybe someday. But
yeah.
Let's maybe stick to what's actually happening now. So Karpathy's vision, the more radical one, it sounds appealing, sure, but isn't forgetting the code exists just fundamentally risky? How do you debug that or secure it if you can't really see the code? That vision, yeah, it's compelling, but it feels like it just opens up a whole new can of worms, engineering-wise.
You've absolutely hit on the central conflict there, because vibe coding isn't just one thing, right? It's a spectrum.
Okay.
On one end, you've got what you could call sophisticated augmentation.
Augmentation.
Yeah, the developer uses the AI like an advanced typing assistant. Simon Willison, the programmer, described it that way. They generate a function, maybe, but they meticulously review it. They test it. They understand every single line the AI produces. The human keeps complete cognitive ownership.
Right. So the AI helps, but you're still the boss.
Exactly. But then on the other end of that spectrum, that's where you find Karpathy's more radical vision. Pure abstraction.
Where you forget the code exists.
That's the one. And you can see the appeal, especially for startups, moving at the speed of thought.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen those examples, like Peter Level's flight simulator. Went from just a prompt to a profitable product in, days?
Incredible speed, yeah. But that's also where the danger lies, exactly like you said. That sort of blind reliance. That's what terrifies seasoned developers.
I bet.
They see these huge code bases getting built where maybe nobody on the team really understands everything under the hood. It becomes a black box.
Which is just, a recipe for disaster down the line.
Totally.
But the best vibe coders I'm seeing, they aren't really at either extreme, are they? They seem more like surfers choosing the right wave.
How do you mean?
Well, for generating some boilerplate UI code, in a framework they know really well, they'll go full abstraction. Just let the AI rip.
Okay, low-risk stuff.
Right. But then, when it's time to write, say, payment processing logic or anything security sensitive, boom, they zoom right to the other end of the spectrum.
Meticulous auditors.
Exactly. scrutinizing every single line the AI generates. They become the gatekeepers.
That's really the key skill now, isn't it? It's not just writing the code anymore. It's knowing when and how much to trust the AI.
It's like the ultimate judgment call. You're not just pulling the notes, you're conducting this whole orchestra of tools, and the AI is just one instrument. Because going full abstraction without any safety net, that's like telling your self-driving car, just get me somewhere cool, and I'm taking a nap.
Where do you end up?
You might wake up at a Nickelback concert.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, the vibe there is very, very bad.
Okay, point taken. And that leads us straight into this whole promise versus peril debate, right? The promise is huge. It's a force multiplier for experienced devs. Automate the boring stuff, let them focus on actual innovation.
And the democratization aspect, too.
Absolutely. An artist, say, with a great app idea, they might actually be able to build the prototype themselves now without being a pro coder. That's genuinely transformative.
I don't disagree with the promise at all, but the peril feels just as big. And for me, number one concern, security.
Yeah, that's a big one.
These AI models, they aren't security experts, right? They're trained on mountains of public code, and let's be honest, a lot of public code is not secure.
Unfortunately, true.
So they'll happily generate code with what the security folks call silent killer vulnerabilities.
Silent killers.
Yet flaws that are so subtle they pass all the functional tests, the code looks like it works fine.
Okay.
But they leave some hidden backdoor or weakness that a skilled attacker can find and exploit later. That's genuinely terrifying when you scale it up to enterprise level. The potential for disaster.
It's the hidden cost of that speed, isn't it? There was even one study suggesting AI-assisted code repositories might have like a 40% higher rate of secrets exposure.
Wow, like API keys?
Exactly. Things like API keys, basically digital passwords for services, accidentally getting checked right into the code base, publicly visible. Huge risk.
Okay, but wait. That sounds like a process problem, maybe not an unsolvable AI problem?
Well, how do you mean?
This is why prompt crafting becomes so critical, right? You can't just ask the AI for a login page.
You're right, too generic.
You have to ask for, I don't know, a responsive login page using React that sanitizes all user inputs to prevent SQL injection attacks and uses parameterized queries. You have to be specific.
So the developer needs to become the security director for the AI, telling it how to build things securely.
Precisely. But even if you absolutely nail the prompt, what about technical debt and accountability?
Yeah, the long tail.
The sheer speed of vibe coding can create this mountain of unmaintainable, maybe unstructured code. Those good vibes at the start. They fade pretty fast 6 months later when you're facing a refactor of this tangled mess you don't fully grasp.
Been there.
And when a critical system goes down and the company is losing millions a minute, the AI did it. That's just not going to fly.
No, absolutely not. It reminds me of that powerful analogy I heard from an engineering manager. He said, AI is like alcohol. It amplifies what you already are.
Okay.
If you're a great coder, it makes you even better, more productive. If you're terrible, the output is just even worse.
That's worryingly accurate. So as a CTO, my job isn't just managing projects anymore. It's figuring out who gets the keys to the AI liquor cabinet.
Exactly. Who do you trust with that amplifier?
So given all this responsibility, this new paradigm, what's actually in the Vibe Coder's toolbox? What enables both this amazing promise and also the potential peril?
Well, the AI engine itself is obviously key, the co-pilot, so to speak. And that landscape is moving incredibly fast.
Like what?
You've got dedicated tools like Cursor. It's an AI native code editor that's getting a lot of traction. I think even Sundar Pichai at Google was seen using it.
Interesting. Okay.
And then there's Replit, which is great. Browser-based IDE, perfect for really rapid collaborative prototyping, getting ideas out quickly.
But the real game changer, I think, isn't just the AI model itself, it's the context it has, right?
To explain that.
Well, older tools, like the first versions of GitHub Copilot, amazing for their time, so they often just looked at your currently open file, maybe a few tabs.
Right, limited scope.
The newer generation, especially these dedicated editors like Cursor, they can ingest the entire project repository. They understand the whole code base.
So it's not just suggesting the next line, it understands the overall structure.
Exactly. That deep context means it can flag architectural inconsistencies across different files or suggest refactors that align with the project's overall, vibe. It goes from simple autocompleter to a true architectural assistant. It gives you this holistic view. if you know how to leverage it.
That is a huge leap. And of course, you can still use the general purpose models, right? Like Claude, GPT-4, in a chat window.
Oh yeah, definitely. Great for brainstorming architecture, debugging tricky logic.
Yeah.
But it's more of a manual copy-paste workflow usually.
Right, less integrated.
And the tools go beyond just the AI part. Even if you're just using a plugin like Copilot in a standard editor, say VS Code, you still need to build out your command center.
Your own toolkit.
Absolutely. Essential extensions like GitLens, critical.
Yeah.
You need to see who or what wrote a specific line of code, accountability,
Good point.
and automated formatters like Prettier, ESLint, non-negotiable. You have to tame the AI's sometimes weird stylistic quirks and keep the code base consistent, readable.
Oh, and we absolutely have to talk about the aesthetic terminal.
Yes. People might think it's just for looks, but it's not.
No way. A well-designed terminal genuinely reduces cognitive load, makes information easier to scan, to parse quickly.
So what's the stack there?
Okay, you usually start with a better terminal emulator, like iTerm 2 on Mac, or maybe Hyper, which is cross-platform.
Right.
Then you layer on a more powerful shell, typically ZSH, often managed with a framework like OhmyZish to handle plugins and themes.
Okay, getting fancier.
And the crown jewel is often a prompt engine, like Power Level 10K, that gives you these incredibly information-rich prompts, often with icons.
But the icons need special fonts.
Exactly. You have to install a nerd font, which is basically a programming font that's been patched with thousands of extra symbols and glyphs.
Okay, I admit it. My terminal prompt shows my Git branch, my current cloud account, the phases of the moon.
Phases of the moon, seriously.
And my real-time blood pressure. Look, it makes my command line feel less like tedious work and more like I'm piloting the starship.
Okay, whatever gets you in the zone.
Which actually leads perfectly to my favorite part of this whole vibe coding idea. The vibe isn't just in the code, is it? It's in your entire environment.
Your workspace reflects your coding vibe.
Exactly. And we can kind of break developers down into these 4 vibe personas. It's like a personality quiz for coders.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Lay them on me. Let's start with persona number 1.
All right, first up, the cozy coder.
Cozy coder. Okay, what's their deal?
Philosophy is all about comfort, warmth, personalization. Think soft lighting, maybe some string lights, definitely plants, photos, unique coffee mugs.
I can picture it. Hardware.
Probably something ergonomic and comfortable, like maybe those Logitech Wave keys. And digitally, your IDE theme is warm, low contrast, sepia tones, maybe looks like paper.
And the soundtrack.
Pure lo-fi hip-hop radio, or maybe chill jazz. It's the coding equivalent of a warm blanket and a cup of tea.
Okay, definitely know some cozy coders. Who's next?
Next, the polar opposite maybe? The minimalist coder?
The less is more crowd.
Totally. Immaculate desk. White, gray, maybe natural wood. Cable management is perfect. Nothing on the desk but the absolute essentials.
Hardware. Single monitor.
Probably a single beautiful high-res ultra-wide monitor on a sleek arm. Keyboard's likely wireless, clean design, like a Logitech MX keys.
And auditory vibe. Music. Nature sounds.
Pure silence. Almost certainly achieved with top-tier noise-canceling headphones. This is the person whose desk is so clean it actually gives other people anxiety.
Huh. I feel slightly seen there. Maybe a minimalist with cozy aspirations. Okay, number 3.
Number 3, the nature-infused coder.
Okay. Biophilia in action.
Exactly. Their philosophy is connecting with nature. Office is full of plants. Desk is natural wood, positioned by a window for lots of natural light.
Digital setup.
Probably dual monitors, maybe, with wallpapers of mountains or forests. The IDE theme uses an earthy palette, greens, browns, beiges.
And sound?
High-quality nature soundscapes, not music. Things from sites like Earth.fm, literally just the sound of a rainforest or ocean waves, getting coding done to the rhythm of nature.
That sounds incredibly calming, actually. All right, who's the final persona? I have a feeling I know who this is.
Okay, let's see. My room. It's dark, lit pretty much only by the dramatic glow of blue, purple, magenta LEDs. Hardware setup is definitely multi-monitor, and it's essential that at least one monitor is vertical, portrait mode, for that cascading matrix-style log output.
I have the scrolling green text feel. Keyboard.
Oh, it's a glowing RGB mechanical beast, clicky, tactile,
ID theme.
high contrast, neon, something like Synthwave 84. And the soundtrack is driving. energetic synthwave, dark synth, maybe some dark techno.
So the workspace is basically a cross between the Bridge of the Nostromo and a Daft Punk concert.
Pretty much nailed it. Am I the Cyberpunk Coder?
You are absolutely the Cyberpunk Coder, not a surprise at all.
Feel it.
But what's genuinely fascinating here is how these physical setups actually reflect different ways of thinking, right?
Yeah.
It's like your vertical monitor. That's optimized for deep context, long logs, deep dives into single files. The minimalist's ultra-wide. That's for wide context, maybe seeing a whole UI layout at once.
Never thought of it like that. Same with keyboards too, I guess. Cozy Coder's simple ergonomic versus the Cyberpunk's fully split programmable thing.
Exactly. And for team leads, understanding these vibe personas isn't just fluff. It can help optimize how you compose teams, assign tasks that fit someone's natural style, even design office spaces. It's all part of that coding identity.
Okay, so we've got the philosophy, the tools, the personas. How do we actually bring this into a professional setting responsibly? How do we vibe responsibly?
That's the million-dollar question.
It feels like it comes down to having a strategic framework. You got to know when to let the vibe flow free and when to really clamp down with strict discipline. I kind of think of it as a 3-phase checklist.
Okay, let's hear it. Phase 1.
Phase 1, early innovation and prototyping. This is where you just vibe away, move super fast, generate everything, test ideas like crazy. The risk here is pretty low, and the benefit of that speed is massive.
Makes sense. Get ideas out fast. Phase 2.
Phase 2, building your core application logic, the mission critical stuff. Here, you got to tighten up.
Rein it in.
Yeah. AI can still be a suggestion engine, definitely. But every single line of code it suggests needs meticulous review by a human expert. No exceptions.
Right. Human oversight is key. And phase 3.
Phase 3, anything touching security or scalability. For this stuff, it's non-negotiable rigor. The vibe kind of stops here.
No vibing with security?
No. An AI can write a decent function, sure. But it cannot design a secure, scalable system architecture. That needs deep human expertise, experience, judgment.
That framework makes perfect sense. And it really highlights what, for me, is the key takeaway from all this. Vibe coding doesn't make developers obsolete at all.
No, quite the opposite.
It makes them more important, but it elevates their role. Their job shifts, focuses on 3 crucial things now.
Which are?
First, they are the architect, responsible for that high-level system design you just mentioned.
Okay.
Second, they become the prompt engineer, possessing that absolutely critical skill of crafting precise, secure, effective instructions for the AI.
The security director for the AI.
Exactly. And third, and maybe most importantly, they are the auditor and verifier.
The last line of defense.
The skeptical final gatekeeper, responsible for the quality, the maintainability, the security of absolutely everything the AI produces.
Yeah, exactly. You're not laying the individual bricks anymore. You're the architect planning the skyscraper, the foreman managing the build, and the building inspector making sure it won't fall down.
Great analogy. Your job shifts from execution to oversight and design.
So wrapping this up then, it feels like vibe coding isn't just one neat little thing. It's this whole spectrum, right?
Oh.
Human AI collaboration, a powerful new toolbox, and even this deep philosophy about how we design the spaces where we create stuff.
It touches everything.
And the bottom line, I think, for anyone listening, whether you're a solo dev or running a huge engineering team, has to be vibe responsibly. Embrace the incredible speed for innovation, absolutely. But double down. Triple down on human expertise for everything that truly matters. Security, architecture, maintainability.
The future isn't AI replacing developers. It's AI augmenting the best developers, helping them do things we probably couldn't even imagine a few years ago.
Couldn't agree more. The hottest new programming language might just be English now.
But the most valuable human skill, that is and always will be critical thinking.